Okay, in this video, we're going to be talking about the new unit that they confirmed, and shocker, who knew? Actually, we all did, because Fox was basically already confirmed since launch. Okay, we knew. Okay, I'm just going to be real. We knew Fox was in-game in the Battle Pass. It was very clear that Fox was coming out. However, we got some things to talk about. We got to talk about his kit, and also the possibility that Fox might actually be much better when he comes out. So that's going to be very interesting to see. I'm actually pretty excited for this, guys. So Fox is the next unit. If it wasn't clear, I mean, they made it pretty obvious. But yeah, and it basically to me seems like they're going to try and have one of the Phantom Thieves every month, because Joker's leaving when Fox comes out, and it's probably going to be that in a month from now is going to be the next Phantom Thief, I'm guessing. Now, we should be getting a version update live stream soon, because keep in mind that there's going to be the English broadcast for 1.2, and also it's going to be ahead of time, because as you know, last time they did this, well, guess what? The English version was actually posted after the game was even up, which was wild, okay? So I'm very happy they're doing this. This is very good. I have to catch up on some videos for Persona, so I will be doing that over the next little bit. I apologize. I was really out of it. When I didn't post for 5 days, I was like, I cannot be recording, but we're back in full force. So yeah, this is going to be a make it or break it, I think, for many people. So I really hope it goes well, because it needs to. It really needs to. I could say everyone agrees this was not much of a response, but it's just that we know we're going to get something. But what exactly? That's the problem. We don't know. Once again, we are obviously and like repeatedly kept in the dark for so much, and this is going to be the turning point. So I'm very excited, because if it goes bad, well, GG's. Now we know what exactly is coming out. So Persona 5 original event season first half, and obviously this is going to be Fox, and there's going to be some different things. I actually don't know what exactly it's going to be, if I'm being honest. That's something that we have to kind of see. I don't think anyone mentioned it. Obviously Joker skin is going to be pretty cool. I think Faz mentioned it. Let me pull it up. If you are on Twitter, this is definitely the account to follow for Persona. Basically, on the other versions, which can change, but on the other versions, they basically made it a gacha, which I think costed, how much was it? Well, I actually don't know, like 1,800 something. Bro, how much is it? So I think it's 3,650 in total. I could be wrong. Let me know down below, and I'll put in a pinned comment. But I personally rather a gacha. As long as like you could get lucky, then I think it's better in some cases. And at least it's not like you're not getting anything else. Like you're getting a couple of things. I do like the skin, but obviously these skins don't give you any benefits, so it's really only if you like it. But let's be real, guys, this released in 4.0, and I'm just gonna say, people are mad that they're bringing this out early, but let's be 100% real. I'm not complaining about this, because for people who want Joker and like Joker and have Joker, I'd say it's much better to get the skin out when he's still good and meta than when he's pretty much obsolete. 4.0 is very recent. Like, they released this over a year ago, and I think making the decision to bring it out in 1.2 instead of literally almost a year from now is very good, in my personal opinion. And then of course Fox himself, we're going to talk about him, but first I do want to say that I mean, I was supposed to put this somewhere else, but let's just say this update could be a make it or break it. And one of the things that could be pretty interesting is the buffs. So if we check here, basically Fox is going to be getting base skill multipliers and some awareness effects buffed, and this is really big. For pretty much everyone. For whales, this is huge, and also for normal players, right? Just for free-to-plays. I would definitely say for people who like Fox, I did see a couple, but not a crazy amount, but there was some people that they wanted to summon for Fox, and this would be huge. Same thing with Yui. It made Yui much more desirable in actual bossing content because of this simple 2 turns instead of 1 turn guaranteed follow-up. That's almost an extra, I think, to 10%, which is really huge, right? Really, really huge. Now, let's keep something in mind. On the 23rd, we're going to be getting the patch notes for the CN and EN version. And for the most part, this should also include us seeing Fox's buffs. And then the day after, we're going to be getting the version update for 1.2, not 1.1. That was a mistake. 1.2. So for 1.2, that's when Fox is coming out. And I would say it's highly likely that the buffs that are going to be there on CN are going to be there for global. And this is something that we definitely have to keep in mind, because this can be huge, okay? Because it's not just like the skill multipliers or just the awareness effects, it's both. Which then means, because we haven't seen what awareness effects buffs could look like, at least from this batch, but I'm going to guess it's, you can let me know down below, because I think there were buffs in the past, but I would definitely say that it could definitely be the A0 and then also the actual dupes. If it is the A0, then obviously value shoots up, but what I personally would want is overall damage multiplier increases. Like if it's a single target boss, what they could do is maybe not make the damage decrease as much. Because for example, it's 5 times this attack, so 92 times 5. However, it's going to decrease the amount of the damage, right, every time. And then it's going to continue, right? That's the thing, by 60%. That's something we have to keep in mind. And because of that, I would definitely say if they remove this or make it much lower, or remove this or make it much lower, then this could do a lot more damage when it's a single target boss. So that's something I would say, because in total it's pretty strong. However, it's just like for single target, it's not that good when it could definitely be a lot better, right? And besides that, just increasing the overall multipliers, I think if they increase the A0 to maybe be 100% chance, and then also increase the counter at least to 100%, I think Fox could be much, much, much better, because right now he's good for auto. And we're going to go over the full kit, but I definitely think that they could do a good amount better. And this is what I like. All these units could get their buff soon. And to be honest, I mean, we should probably be getting Tomoko and also Motoha, the summer versions, rather soon. And then obviously Ryuji and On. So we have to keep your eyes out, because a lot of these buffs could end up on global pretty soon, which is good. I don't think anyone's mad about buffs. So now let's really get into this. So whenever you're taking damage, you have a chance to trigger Dragon Dance, which is going to be a counter. And this is going to be very strong. I mean, listen, it could be very good. And overall, it's going to be good where he's taking all the hits, right? That's something we have to keep in mind. And this is going to be a nice little AoE, and then you could freeze. So freeze is okay, but not something you're going to use because the damage is overall pretty low. Now, like I said, the skill 2 is overall quite nice. I like it in single target aspects. The only problem is that the damage goes significantly lower. So I would really hope that in that instance, they, with the buff, like reduce this. Personally, this is what I want them to reduce, so that basically it doesn't decrease skill damage when you attack the same foe, because then it starts to get a bit wonky, and I'm not a big fan. Now the skill 3 is going to upgrade the into Dragon Roar, as we see here. It's going to go to Dragon Roar, so that's good. And it's going to increase the chance to trigger to 100%, which is huge. So you're going to get a guaranteed counter, and this you're going to see why it's very important. And then it's going to also increase the multiplier and make it AoE, and obviously AoE counterattack is going to be strong. And then also later on, you're also going to get a shield. And the shield is going to be strong because then you're basically forced to use the skill 2 afterwards. But when you have a shield that increases skill damage, which is definitely going to be good. So you cannot discount that at all. And this is also really big. He cannot be type disadvantage. I actually think this is really good, but then he taunts for 2 turns. So you're going to basically have 100% chance to taunt, and it's going to be very hard to kill everyone. I mean, this definitely lets him be very good, because obviously 2-turn taunt, only 1-turn cooldown, which means every 2 turns you're going to be taunting, and it's always going to be up, which I think is very good. And then when you account for the fact that it's a guaranteed counter afterwards, I would say it's nice. And then also, you get a guaranteed here for the counter, right? Because 65 plus 35 is 100%. So you're going to guarantee counter after using this. Honestly, what did they say? So increase the base skill multipliers. I don't know. To me, that does scream probably the counterattack, but we'll have to see. I think the ult can maybe be a bit higher, but it's not horrible when you also count in the fact that he's probably going to counter right after using it. But definitely, could it be better? Yes. Yes, it definitely can. Also got to keep in mind, this guaranteed counter is only 1 turn. So you're only going to have a 50% uptime, because if you, or I guess it's only 1 turn, I think. Let me know down below. But we have to keep in mind is that it's not always going to be up, for example, and then having this is going to be good. But they have to find ways to either make a guaranteed counter in one way or another, and then increase the multipliers, and I think it'll be pretty good. Now, this is not bad. When gaining a shield, he gets damage bonus for 2 turns, up to 6 stacks. Maybe increasing the multiplier of this could be good, maybe to like 15% every time, could be nice. And then he gets penetration, right, when he uses a skill that gives shield. So he's going to have penetration, damage bonus. I think he's maybe missing a bit of multipliers in terms of the base attack stats, or I guess defense stats in this case. And besides that, he's overall looking decent. He's not going to be amazing, but not going to be horrible. And with these buffs, oh, I can't wait. I really hope we see the buffs before the release, because that could be very good. But besides that, that's going to be it. Let me know if you're personally summoning for Fox. I don't think he's worth it. However, I think it's honestly a pretty cool thing that they're doing with these buffs. I think it is very smart, because a lot of these units that they're buffing, well, Yui and Fox specifically, are under like leveled, not under leveled, they're just not good enough compared to the rest of the game. And doing this little thing is honestly very, very nice. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching this video. Have a good rest of your day. Bye bye.